after a really long day of hiking, I was excited to get to the Graymoor Spiritual Life Center, which I'd heard about and seen in people's videos for years. I didn't know I was going to have to go through high grass like this to get there, but I was really excited because this is a very unique stop along the Appalachian Trail that I highly recommend anyone who's doing a through hike stop at. And what it is, it's run by the Franciscan Friars of the Atonement. It's their spiritual retreat center that they rent out, and they have programs throughout the year. But in the summer months, they allow through hikers to, since the 1970s, since early on, 72 I believe, they allow through hikers to pitch their tents on their in their baseball field, and they have electricity for us and showers and a pavilion. Really super generous of them, and just a really unique and wonderful experience. I highly recommend, if you're doing a through hike, definitely stop at Graymoor. My first owl. See if I can get him. Uh, he's looking at. Well, now he turned away. I don't know if I can see it. There he is, right in the middle. Wow. I kind of want to go over there and get a better look. So I was with Spider and Ducky at Canopus Lake in Clarence Fahrenstock State Park, and lo and behold, in comes Bigfoot, who is a vlogger on YouTube. Also, he's vlogging his experience as I am, and so I've been following him, and it was great to actually meet him in person. Bigfoot is trying to do the trail in 100 days, and he's on target to do it. He's doing about 25 plus a day, and what was funny was he had just met the guy across the table from him named Bullet, who's doing the trail in 72 days and doing 30 plus mile days. So it was interesting to meet them. It was great to finally meet Bigfoot and kind of talk shop a little bit. But obviously, they had to get off and get back on the trail pretty quick to get those miles. But it was great to meet him. Right after meeting Bigfoot and Bullet, it started pouring down rain, and well, they went off on the trail. There were about five of us that were kind of huddled in the corner and didn't want to leave, so we were under the awning there for quite a while, a couple hours, until somebody in the park there told us that there was a shelter, not on the AT, at Pelton Pond, which they said there are picnic tables there, and it was wonderful. It was about a half mile away, and some kind souls gave us a ride over there in the pickup truck, and we got to sleep on the picnic tables here in the park, and it was just wonderful. And it was a beautiful part of the park that we wouldn't have seen if we hadn't taken this little excursion. So at some point, most through hikers during this long journey will take a few days, if not a little bit longer, and either go home to visit family and friends, or get off and go take a little side excursion to one of the major metropolitan areas like Washington, D.C. or New York City tend to be the most favorite excursions. Obviously, living in New York City, I thought, what better thing to do? Go home, sleep in my own bed for a couple nights, and get to see my family and friends, or at least my family that are still living in New York. So you are about to be shocked. I am about to take you from these beautiful, peaceful woods into the hustle and bustle of New York City. So fair warning. So I'm sure you all recognize Times Square. What you probably didn't know is that I live 8 blocks away from this, and for 17 years I actually lived just a block away on 47th and 8th. So that was my life. Now I live a little closer to the park, which is really nice, and this is kind of what I do on my days off. I kind of go to the park, get a little bit of nature, at least the most you can get in New York City, and it's also my route to work. my colleagues at work had wanted to come up to Harriman State Park or Bear Mountain and give me trail magic, but it just got to be too complicated. I didn't know where I'd be at what time and on what day. So I said, I'm coming into New York. Why don't we do it in Central Park? And so they were so wonderful. They set up this great little picnic kind of thing and had all my trail magic favorites, including, of course, Coca Cola, my jalapeno kettle chips, which I live on, and vanilla cupcakes, which I just love. So it was so great to catch up with them, but I got on the subway after that and went down and still had some of my favorite pizza in the world, which I've missed, but Joe's Pizza on Carmine Street. And then to continue the theme of eating, later on I met my best friends at a restaurant in the neighborhood, and we caught up. It was just really so great to see them and catch up. And the following day, I got on the train, I got on the subway, and went out to visit my brother and sister in law and their children in Astoria. And it was great. My nephew was just born while I've been on the trail, so I got to meet him for the first time and got to see my niece Leah, who's grown up. She's 2 years old, and she's just, she's got a favorite television personality now. She just can't get enough of Uncle Craig on TV, which is kind of cute. But it was so nice to see them, so nice to actually finally meet my little nephew Jin and Celia again and Naomi and Joshua. So it was just a great visit. To get back to the trail, I had to go to Grand Central Terminal, which is one of my favorite buildings in the city, if not the world. There's something very special and unique about this place, and if you've been there, you might have felt it. Santiago Calatrava, the famous architect, once said that Grand Central Terminal for him is a spiritual experience. And when I read that he said that, I knew exactly what he meant because I've always felt that upon going into this building. It's just so vast and so beautiful. Next time you're there, just kind of go in there, go to the middle, try to tune out everything, and just really take it in. It's a very special place. So after a whirlwind, we're back in the woods, and fortunately, this part of New York is really nice. I was welcomed back with a very smooth and beautiful trail. This is the Dover Oak, the largest tree on the Appalachian Trail, and it is grand.